I can multiply two-digit multiples of 10 by two-digit multiples of 10 with the area model. So today you're going to be learning about multiples of 10. 10 times 10, 10 times 2. Multiples would be the numbers that you use when you multiply. And you're going to be learning about area models. So let's start with a review. Say the following multiplication sentences and products in unit form. What is a product? What is a product? A product is the answer to a multiplication sentence. So you're going to be looking at the products to these sentences or answers. So go ahead and pause and solve. Okay, let's look at our application problem. There are 400 children at Park Elementary School. Park High School has 4 times as many students. How many students in all attend both schools? Lane High School has 5 times as many students as Park Elementary. How many more students attend Lane High School than Park High School? So, let's start by breaking this problem down. We'll start with question A. How many students attend both schools? So, I'll set it up for you. All you have to do is fill in the boxes. So remember, you're going to have to put your labels on the blanks. Which schools do these boxes represent? And then you're going to give the total. Why did I put a T there? What does that mean? When I put a letter, when I use a letter or a symbol to represent an unknown amount, what is that called? What's that called? It's called a variable. So when I put a letter in to represent an unknown amount, that is the variable. So the variable I'm going to use is the letter T for total. Total students who attend both schools. So go ahead and pause and fill out the slide. Once you're done, you may continue. Okay, the next one. Lane High School has 5 times as many students as Park Elementary. How many more students attend Lane High School than Park High School? So now we're talking about Lane High School that has 5 times more. And we're going to put this in down here for the total. How many students actually attend Lane High School? Do we need to know the total of Park Elementary? No, we actually just need to know the amount for that box right there, the total. How many students attend Lane High School? Then you're going to have to find out how many more students attend Lane High School than Park High School. So you're going to have to go back to the previous slide, find out how many students attended Park High School, and then you'll have your amount for that you need. But you have to find the difference. When you find the difference, what is the operation that you use to find the difference? Okay, pause and solve. Okay, here we are multiplying a 2-digit number by another 2-digit number. What are some other ways that we could express 30 times 20? Well, here's one way we can express it. We could break it up and say 10 times 20 times 3. Well, the way we got that was we took this and we pulled the 10 out of the 30. So if I pulled 10 out, 10 times what equals 30? 10 times what equals 30? 10 times 3. So to set this problem up, I could say 10 times 3 times 20, or 10 times 20 times 3, or either way, I will get the same answer. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the place value chart. And we'll start with our 20 because that gives us 2 10s. So 20, I have 2 tens. So there it is right there, 2 tens. Now I want to take that times 10. So I'm going to take my 2 tens times 10. So if you look now, I've done 10 times 20 because I took 2 tens. Remember, every time you go over a column, it's times 10. So 2 tens times 10 equals 200. Now all I have left is to take all that by 3 times 3. So 2 hundreds, because remember I got 2 hundreds by multiplying 10 times 20 times 3. Okay, I have three groups. I have 2 hundreds happening 3 times. So let's count. How many hundreds do we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I end up with 6 hundreds, or 600. Okay, now it's your turn. Work with a partner to represent one of the following on the place value chart. And I'll tell you right now, this one right here might be a little tedious, but we'll see. You might not be able to fit it all on the chart. And you might have to do some bundling. So pause and pick one method to use to solve this. Oh, wrong tool. Okay. So, did you get the same answer? Well, we don't know yet because I haven't done it. So, let's look at this. 2 groups of 30 times 10. So, remember, 30 is also the same as 3 tens. Let me change colors here. So, 30 is the same as 3 tens, right? So, I just took care of my 30. And they say 2 groups of 30 times 10. So there's one group. There's 2 groups. So I did that. And now I want to take it times 10. Well, take it times 10. Remember, you go one column over to the left. And so I just move them right over. So I end up with 6 hundredths. Did you get the same answer? So does it matter which numbers you choose to multiply with? No, because when you multiply, you can rearrange the numbers all you want. You'll always get the same answer or the same product. So no matter how many different ways we do this, we can write it as many different ways as we want, but as long as we're using the same numbers, we'll always get the same product or answer to a multiplication problem. When we multiply a 2-digit number by another 2-digit number, there are many equivalent ways to express it as a product. Decomposing our multiplication problem into more units can help us solve. So I see several terms that you need to know. You need to know the word equivalent. Well, if you look at equivalent, it kind of has this word already in it. Equivalent means the same as equal. Equivalent is equal to equal. Huh. Okay, another word you need to know is product. What was product again? Product is the answer to a multiplication sentence. And decomposing. Decomposing would be to break it down to make it smaller so you can work with it. So, what's equivalent again? What's product? And what is decomposing? Besides garbage. Decomposing. Okay, this is an area model. We're going to model 40 times 20 as an area. What is 40 times 20? So if you look, I drew boxes, And we have 40 times 20. 40 times 20 is, there's 4 tens and then 2 tens. And what is 4 tens times 2 tens? What is 20 in unit form? 20 in unit form is the same as 2 tens. 40 in unit form is the same as 4 tens. So I know 4 times 2 is 8. That leaves both tens. 10 tens is like saying 10 tens, or 10 times 10 is 100. So if you look, every single one of these boxes right here is 100 because it's 10 times 10. We have 10 times 10 would be that box. That equals 100. So if I make 4 tens, I have 4 rows times 2 tens, that gives me 2 columns, and all of these equal tens. That would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would give me 8. And since all of these boxes, each of these boxes equals 100, that would actually give me 800. So 40 times 20 equals 800. I know it's a little confusing when you first are introduced to this, but you'll kind of get the hang here in a minute. Okay, so this is step by step. First, you're going to write the number. This number right here. Write it in unit form. Then draw a rectangle to represent 5 tens times 4 tens. Remember, we just did that. 5 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, times 4 tens. So if I'm doing it by tens, each box is going to equal 10 times 10, or 100. And why did it just erase that? Well, guess I can't make even lines. Okay. Once you draw this, then you're going to do 10 times 10 is 100. We already know that. 5 times 4 is 20. We know that. 20 is the same as 2 tens. 2 tens times 100 equals 2,000. Use a place value chart to prove 2 tens times 100 is 2,000. So I'm just going to go ahead and help you out with this because this is all kind of just brand new. So we did 4 columns, so this is going to be the same as 4 tens, right? And then here we did 5 tens. And if every single box is 100, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 2,000. So I have 20 boxes. 20 times 100, because each box equals 100, is the same as 2,000. Now let's show this on our place value chart. So we start with 5 tens. We start with 5. And how many times does it happen? It happens 4 times. Do we do it that way? I don't think so. What can we do? What was it that we did earlier that helped us with this? Can we break our tens down? So what do we need to do? 50 times 40. So we can figure that out. Okay, here's how I solved it. We have 50 times 40. We already said that. 50 times 40 is the same as 2,000. Because I have 20 boxes. So, in conclusion, 10 times 10 is always 100. So I can decompose any unit of 10, multiply how many units of 10 there are, and it will be that many hundreds. 7 tens times 8 tens is 56 of some unit. I just have to find the unit. 10 times 10 is 100, so it's 56 hundredths or 5,600. What would 60 times 30 be? So, let's go back up to this one. What did you end up doing? Remember, we can pull the tens out, so we could write this like, can I write down here? Oh, I can. Okay, so we could write this like 5 times 4, and then 4 times 5 times 4, and then put that times, we have 2 tens. Remember, 2 tens equal 100. So what's 5 times 4? 5 times 4 is 20. So I would draw the disc for you, but I don't feel like it right now, so there we go. So we have 20 tens because 5 times 4 is 20, and now you take that times 100. So you go over 1, 2 to equal 100, and you end up with 2 thousands because we started with actually 2 tens. So now we've moved that times 100, and that gives us 2 thousandths. Now, I know some of this might be a little confusing, but this is just the introduction. It will get easier. I'll go through a few problems on your problem set with you so that you kind of have an idea of what's going on. 20 times 40. I have 20 times 40. I can think of 2 tens times 4 times 10. So if I start out 2 tens, 2 tens, how many times does it happen? 4 times. So there's 1 time. There's 2 times, 3 times, and 4 times. And now I'm going to take that times 10, which gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many hundredths does that equal? 8 hundredths. So 4 times 10 is 40. 40 times 20. Remember how we did that? We did 40. So we have 4 times 10 right here. Then we have times 20. 4 tens times 2 tens equals 8 hundreds, because a 10 times a 10 is 100. 4 times 2 is 8. So it gives me 800. So 20 times 40 is 800. Draw an area model to represent 20 times 40. Okay, so 20 times 40. I'll make 2 rows for 20. So this side is going to be 2 tens times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This part's going to equal 4 tens. Remember, every box equals 100 because 10 and 10 make 100. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And how much does each box equal? 100. Okay, draw an area model to represent 30 times 40. So, how many rows do I have to make? 30 times 40. I'm going to make 3 rows to represent 30. Remember, I have 3 tens times 40. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, remember, every box. What does every box equal? Every box equals 100. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 hundreds. Or 1,200. Okay, try the others on your own. I would say if you do it just the way I did it, you will be successful. So I'm going to stop it right here so you can look at the example and use it to help you while you're solving your other problems.